something here. This is something that you might think is not that important at first, but if you were a sailor, it would be very important. It's the horizon line at the back there. Look at the horizon line. And here's my last one. One more of these. One more of these. Something changing. It's probably the easiest one. Everyone got this one? Anyone not seen this one yet? Person on top. One person on top, popping in and out, popping in and out. This one's kind of interesting because it's almost sort of focal. You know, it's a bit you should be interested in, but it can still take a while to get it. So these obviously come in grades of difficulty. You can do this in all sorts of other ways. You don't have to have the flicker paradigm. You can have a mud splash paradigm that is just a few little splotches, but they happen to be covering the thing that's changing. You can do it with a very slow change as well. Let me stop this in case you should have one of these warnings about flashing lights. There we go. Yeah, I remember once sitting in a stretch limo, and it was only when I finally got to my destination that just before I got there, I realised that the colour, there was a little sort of neon tube all around the top, had been changing all the time, but very, very, very slowly, going from green to pink to blue. Once I'd seen it, it was impossible to imagine that I'd missed it all along, but slow changes we tend not to spot either. That's because what we spot is basically stuff that is driven by motion transients that we detect. So if you see a decent motion transient, wham, you attend to that, you see what's going on. But, you know, mask the motion transients, and it seems like we don't really see. And yet we think we should have. We're surprised when we don't see some of these things. And that seems to be because we kind of overestimate what the biological bit of the system is encoding. And by the same token, I think we underestimate what the non-biological bits of the system are busy doing there. So what these cases show, I think, and there's a very large literature now on active perception, change blindness, inattentional blindness, all I think tends in this direction, is that brains like ours are good at trading access against biological storage. They're very good at being productively lazy by, instead of storing all the detail, just leaving it out there, but allowing you to sort of saccade there and get the information back as soon as you need it. For example, we experience the scene as coloured and detailed all the way out, but moment by moment we seem to bio-encode less. Dan Dennett gives a nice talk where he makes this point using 2 playing cards, so he'll get 2 different coloured playing cards, hold them out like this, get you to fixate the end of his nose, and say to you, okay, when can you tell me which is the red card and which is the black one? And it's only when you bring the cards into about here that you can actually do that. And yet, of course, you think, yeah, it's coloured all the way out. I see the colour all the way out. It's detailed all the way out. I see the detail all the way out. But it seems like we, in some sense, we bio don't. But I don't think that means that we don't.